So this is going to be the water sign reading for the week of June 26, 2023. So anyone with prominent Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces placements, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go into the astrology before I move into the cards. I just want to say that this week there will be a heavy emphasis on that Cancer energy, as well as Chiron showing up during the week. On June 21st, which was last week, we did have the sun move into Cancer. So that happened on the summer solstice. Now on the 27th, we'll have Mercury moving into the sign of Cancer as well. June 29th, Venus in Leo will be squaring Chiron in Aries. And then July 1st, Mercury in Cancer will be conjunct the sun in Cancer. So overall, I think that there's going to be emphasis on feelings, emotions, and just being sensitive or dealing with others who are more sensitive than usual. So we may be opening up about certain feelings and emotions that we have around a certain situation or circumstance as it relates to our environment at some point this week with Mercury in Cancer. There is communication coming through regarding some sort of feeling that you have. And so there could be some type of healing as well now that Chiron is coming into play as it relates to some sort of heartfelt situation. And because there's so much Cancer energy, there may be your children or your parents, especially your mother, coming through as an emphasis here this week. So with the Venus in Leo squaring Chiron in Aries, we may be identifying a pain point or past experience and how it's shaped or affected us as it relates to self-love, how we have maybe put ourselves aside for the sake of others or other circumstances. So at the start of the week, we're feeling compelled to start to speak about this feeling that we have pretty much held in for a little while. And then midweek, when Venus in Leo squares Chiron in Aries, at this point, that pain point that I was speaking about is coming through this to the surface. We are working with it, identifying it, overcoming it. And again, I do think that it has to do with a heartfelt experience where you were not there for yourself. So working on yourself, self-love, self-worth, and self-confidence can be showing up here, especially because Venus is in Leo. And then by the end of the week, when Mercury in Cancer conjoins the sun in Cancer, here we just have more clarity overall regarding the entire situation, right? So again, it's a feeling that's coming up where we feel that we have to be, like go within and be there for oneself and love oneself, where we have been putting ourselves aside, which resulted in some self-love, self-worth, and self-confident issues. And then by the end of the week, like I said, we have clarity about this whole thing. We feel better about it, more confident, communicating our truth to others, and just pretty much are dealing with it, or hopefully have already dealt with it. It just depends on where it plays a part in your birth chart that will determine how big of an issue this thing is or how minor it is, right? If that makes sense. So hopefully for the most of us, it's not too big. It's only a week that we're speaking about, so it's just dealing with this feeling, like I said, that may be coming up. And I think that, when it comes to the Cancers, we may be feeling it, or the Cancer may be feeling it, but because they already are this way, it might not be too big of a deal, whereas other signs may have a little bit more of a challenging experience going through this, especially, signs or placements that are not very emotional or comfortable opening up about what they feel and, what they're thinking, right, to other people. And then so again, just be careful with being overly sensitive, taking things too personal. Maybe they're at the low level energy of this could be some passive aggressiveness or using emotion and feelings as a sort of manipulation tactic. So for people that don't know how to express what they're feeling, it may come out in that low level way. So if anybody is coming at you with these types of behaviors, you just want to be aware of it and, you know, sort of wait it out maybe until this person gets through it, because obviously, you know, when people project like that, it's usually a personal thing, right? That has nothing to do with us. So I hope I explained that okay. Let's go into the cards. See the water signs personal energy for the week of June 26, 2023 for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, please. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups coming through here. This is a Pisces card. And the Tower. So for the water signs, it looks as though we are surprising someone with an emotional conversation, or someone will be doing that to us. And there may be a moment in time this week where communication from another person is going to shake things up in a relationship dynamic. Does not have to be romantic. But it is, again, a heartfelt message, something coming from the feeling, the watery element here, coming through. It could be an apology. It could be someone just acknowledging or taking responsibility, or you doing that. You may be surprising someone with a love offer, or how you feel, maybe opening up to someone about how you feel. If this has nothing to do with people, you may be in an energy where you surprise yourself because you're feeling really artistic or creative. Maybe you are interested in heartfelt matters of like creating emotional bonds with people, and maybe you have met somebody or gone into a circumstance where people are very accepting and open, and you are surprised that you are able to sort of fit in and be accepted. I don't know why I'm feeling that. And so it takes you by surprise. So with the Tower card, yes, there's an element of surprise. There's an element of shock. Something out of the ordinary happens this week. So if it is in your personal energy here, you may be the shock or the surprise to someone as well. All right, what is in the environment for the water signs, please, for the week of June 26th? I do feel an apology. We have the Moon card, so something is a mystery. Something is a mystery in your environment, water sign. Somebody may be acting, or you may be acting out of the norm, and maybe in your environment, people are thinking or feeling like, okay, you know, what is up with this person? Why are they acting different? There's hidden thoughts, hidden feelings, depth, intensity. There's an element of darkness here, of something looking a certain way, and then maybe you find out that it's something different. So, right, I always say with the Moon card, it's that feeling of when you're in the dark, a room or things around you look one way, and then when you turn on the light, they look completely different. So there might be an element of that in your environment. And you also have the Queen of Pentacles. There is something hidden about a person in your environment, or this could be you that is hiding something. It's not very open. Maybe you're being really private, really selective about who and when you open up about certain things. Maybe there's something of value that you're keeping to yourself, that you have or that you're going through. There could be an element of finances here, money here, that is being kept in the quiet. If this is a person, this person is a mystery, is not very open, and you may be coming in and trying to break the seal here and being really bold with your communication, or you're like very assertive, very direct here. Something that is out of the ordinary, something that you would normally not do, and try to uncover some sort of mystery as it relates to another person. Uncover a mystery as it relates to your money, your finances, your home, your, you know, foundation, something around your environment that is of high value. I just feel like something is coming to light this week for the water signs. Maybe this feeling that you're working on has to do with your finances and your job, or like you have no clarity around your stability. There's an element of your stability and your security being a mystery, or it's not on the surface for you to see very clearly. And you do something that surprises yourself here, surprises someone else this week. All right, let's go into the beginning of the week. Let's see the energy for the water signs for the beginning of the week, please. We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, there's clarity that's needed here. You have to, if you are going through these emotions and these feelings that the astrology is bringing up, you need to try your best to make sure that you are aligned mentally and emotionally. And you're very, very clear on your heart and those feelings that you have. So before you start communicating with that Mercury in Cancer, needing to come in and say something around how you're feeling, I would just advise you to be really clear on those feelings and make sure that it's not just a moment in time that you feel a certain way and you come forth with this message or this talk because it might take someone, like it might be how can I say, like yeah, well, I guess essentially like a shocker to somebody, like you're like acting out of the ordinary, or somebody may be saying like, where is this coming from? You know, like, what are you talking about? Or so it could be like an impulsive type of thing, right, that happens. So there's a need to be really clear about this conversation that you want to have with another here. So we have masculine, feminine dynamics at play. If this is just you we are speaking about, the beginning of the week brings up feelings around how you may be imbalanced with your masculine, feminine energy and how you can align them together and come together. Your feminine may need to be very precise, very clean, very clear, and, you know, sort of detached and a little desensitized, while your masculine needs to really step up and take some action. If this is between, in order to find harmony, emotional fulfillment, if this is between you and another, the beginning of the week, there is emphasis on two people coming together in an emotional situation, a heartfelt situation. Doesn't have to be romantic, but there may be some compromise, some conversation, some opening up, again with that Mercury and Cancer energy around feelings and emotions at the beginning of the week. And I think that if you're not careful, again, the feminine here may have a harder time having this conversation than the masculine. Just because the Queen of Swords is a little cold, very detached, and you know, she or he leads with their mind, so they're not too comfortable and familiar with opening up from an emotional perspective. Midweek, we do have an opportunity of some sort coming through. Could be of monetary value, something with your finances. Maybe you were feeling down and out at some point. Maybe you were in this lack mentality, and midweek comes an opportunity to change that. There is some healing here. Again, as I mentioned, with that Venus and Leo square Chiron and Aries, 5 of Pentacles. There's some healing here. Yeah, midweek, it has a lot to do with your money and something of value. There's opportunity to change a down and out situation and create more balance and a give receive with the universe. Like, change your concept around money and how the energy of money works, right? Where it's an energy form. It's not the literal thing in your hand. Money is more of a dance between giving it and spending it, and, you know, investing in it, or, you know, how much you give will be how much you get. So maybe you've been holding on really tightly to your money, that it created some sort of lack, and you come to terms with like how it's supposed to work, and you start to flow with it a little bit more and release that tight hold that you may have had onto the concept of money. Other than that, if it's not that, and you were feeling in some sort of lack, literally a lack, there's an opportunity for balance, and there's a gift, there's a blessing, there's something that changes the course regarding that lack situation. You may have help from a King of Wands type of person as well, or just in general, the universe steps in and it's just like, here's an opportunity for you to get out of, you know, whatever lack mentality you had. Doesn't have to be necessarily money, but it could be something that you value. At the end of the week, there is a choice that is presented to you. What is this choice about? Whatever choice this is, there is a heavy, heavy message here from the universe to follow your intuition. If you are in doubt, that means no. A maybe also means no. Okay? So if it's not a full fuck yes, it's a full fuck no, right? Some people like to say. So an opportunity comes through. You got to be in touch with your intuition here. There's a choice that you have to make here. And I don't know if you want to make this choice. You seem... you're not satisfied with your options. What is the choice for the water signs? What are the options here? The 6 of Cups. There may be something happening that is very familiar to a past situation. You have the Queen of Swords twice here. It's almost as though you're saying, like, do I want to relive this type of situation again? It's like, this always happens. And I know, like, that's how I'm feeling. Like, somebody is saying, like, this always happens. Like, this always comes up. Or, like, it's a sort of a pattern, I guess. There's truth here. There is karma coming through about a past situation. And you have to make a choice to communicate something with another. But why? Okay, let's do this. What is the Four of Cups? Because this choice over here, it's like there's truth to be said about a previous situation from the past, something that you feel very strongly for. If it's a person, it could be a person coming through. If it's not a person in a situation, it's like a memory, you know, a very fond memory. And you see the lesson in it, or like with that Chiron aspect coming through, there is a healing, right? A healing of past experience, of trauma, something like that. And you're seeing how like it's played out. This trauma has created a certain type of behavior that has played out in your life several times, and you've identified it, and you're like finally trying to come to terms with it so you can heal it. If it's not that, it is a person from the past coming through, and there is truth to be said, conversations about it to be had, a karmic cycle closing out, and then you feel excited and confident again. What is the Four of Cups? There's communication. I don't know, like, do you not want to have this talk? I mean, maybe you don't. If you're coming off as this Queen of Swords here, and again, like this heartfelt message taking you at surprise, like, do you not want to have this conversation? Death card here, the Scorpio card. It's like, I don't want to do the work. Yeah. The Tower card again, the Ace of Pentacles again, the High Priestess again. These are all repeating cards. Having a conversation about changing something up, transforming something, getting your passion and enthusiasm back, to reevaluate a situation. I still don't feel like I understand why the Four of Cups. I don't know, water sign. Like, it looks great as far as like having a conversation with someone, putting your feelings and emotions out on the table, and being really open and honest, and them doing the same thing with you. It does take you by surprise, all of that good stuff. You're looking for emotional fulfillment, but it's still not fulfilling enough. Why is it not fulfilling enough? Maybe there is a sense of like this conversation, or by this coming up, it's like teaching you something about yourself, and you're not really in a place where you're open to receiving feedback from another, or from the world, like from your situation, where it's like, shit, like I have to work on this part of me, and I don't feel like doing the work right now. And I did feel like, why does this always happen? Why does this always come up? And there's a constant, like, we're always learning something about ourselves, you know, like that's never going to stop, right? So going within, looking within to pinpoint a behavior of some sort of hurt feeling, maybe where you were let down, that also is coming through. Like feeling like all the times that you have been let down by someone, or let down by or you let yourself down, and then like looking at that and figuring out why that happens. What is it about you that you do that to yourself? Or you attract situations that bring that pattern. But it's a change in perspective that is needed in order for you to see the truth of it. So you might be resisting it a little bit. And at some point, because with the Four of Cups, it's always an element of a person that is not satisfied with an emotional situation, and they are constantly looking at what they lost compared to what they have to gain. So if you're just in the past looking at a situation, which with the Six of Cups here, it does talk about past, and the Justice card being karmic and a cycle coming through that needs to be dealt with. You may be missing the point. You don't want to miss the point. You just really want to go within and talk to yourself, have a conversation with your higher self here around why this is coming up at this time of your life. Where is it coming from? What is it trying to tell you? What is it trying to teach you? And really see the point of this situation so you can deal with it and then move on. Because there is 2 wands here that came through when I was clarifying, and this is like excitement once again and feeling really confident again. So you may have a period at some point in your week where you have to go through that process, if that makes sense. All right, so that is the reading. I am working on the zodiac signs for July, so I'm doing 1 reading for each sign. We're going to cover the astrology of the month as well as take a deep dive into the energy by using the tarot. I'm really excited for that. Those take a little while to construct and put together. So subscribe to the channel so that way you don't miss them. And if you got anything from this reading or from this message, please like the video. I would really appreciate it. I hope you have a really good week, water sign. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.